you want, do what you want, do it. Do what you want, do what you want, do it.
Stop apologizing for being you. This is where I dare you to be you. You are listening to Unapologetically Authentic with your host, Erin Reniger. This is where playing small is no longer an option. This is where I'm going to show you how to live in your purpose and live up to your full potential and take that action over perfection. This is it, y'all. This is it. I am just a girl from Pennsylvania that says y'all. So if that gives you a little bit of the energies that I'm going to bring you, all the things, I'm so excited to be here. I'm so grateful that you are here. Pat yourself on the back, fist pump the mirror, give yourself a high five, whatever you got to do today to thank yourself for showing up today. We are here to learn and how to be unapologetically authentic. I know it can sound so scary, so scary, just to be authentic to us. If we could just get rid of all of the mind craziness, the fear, that's really it, the fear. The biggest fear we all say is we're worried about what other people will think, right? We're worried that we don't do anything. We don't do any action at all because we're so worried about what others think. And the craziest part is it's not actually what they're thinking. It's what you think that they are thinking. And that pauses us. And then we do nothing. So who really wins in that situation? No one does. So that's why I'm here. This is why I put this podcast together. I want to show to you guys that we have to be authentic. That little nudge that you get, that little inclination in your brain, that little bit on your heart and your soul, that God is telling you that you are here on purpose. You were put here on purpose. And that little thing that's telling you to do the things, but you are not doing the things because you're afraid. You're living in fear of what if you fail? And some of you are afraid, what if you succeed? Y'all, do the things. What if it's got to be out of your vocabulary and be amazing of what can be if you just stop worrying about other people's opinions? I'm here today doing this podcast because I had this soul lighting, I should say, or how do I set my soul on fire? I had this inclination in my gut, in my heart, on my brain to do this. It came out of nowhere, y'all. It came out of nowhere. I am here because God tapped me on the shoulder and told me, girl, you need to live up to your potential. You need to live in your purpose. And go after the big, scary dream. Go after what excites you. Don't worry about what other people are thinking or what you think other people are thinking. People are out there to support you, and people need to hear your story. So I'm here, you guys. I'm here to tell you my story. Today, we are going to talk about action over perfection. Because we all get so tied up in everything have to be perfect before we can even start. We have to have the perfect time. We have to have all the perfect, like all of our ducks in a row. We have to have the right amount of money. We have to have the right equipment. I don't have time yet, right? And we do nothing. Again, we just stall because we're waiting for the right time. Well, I can tell you that's the biggest excuse I have ever heard from anyone. Well, when the time is right, when I have the time, when I have enough money. Well, all that is a bunch of BS that you're telling yourself. So you need to get over yourself and quit telling yourself those excuses. It is crazy how many excuses that we tell ourselves, let alone anyone else. But I'm here to tell you, it's action over perfection. I am currently sitting in my laundry room right now of my house because from a little bit of research that I did, you need to be in a smaller room without crazy high ceilings and just for better sound quality. So I'm sitting in my laundry room, guys, and I'm coming to you in this podcast. It's not perfect. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I downloaded some software and here I am. I'm figuring it out as I go. A half-hour podcast, an hour podcast may take me twice as long. I may stammer and stutter over my words, but I showed up. I'm doing the things. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just have to do it. So the next thing is action again. And this is my biggest tip. This is what I've done in my life. And I actually, after talking about this, I realized this is not new to me. I thought this was this new thing that I've figured out in the last few years of my life. But I realized I've been doing this since I was young, since I was 18 and fell in love with my now husband of almost 21 years. I was very assertive then. And so here's my tip, you guys. Set the dang date. Whatever it is you want to do, when that comes to your mind of exactly what you want to do, your big dream, your big goal, whatever it is right now, I need you to think on it for like a day, maybe 2 days, okay? Think about a timeline that is somewhat appropriate, but do not overthink it. Even if you think it's impossible to create in the amount of time, set the date right now or within the next 24 hours. I want you to pull out your calendar. I want you to pull out your phone calendar, your reminder, whatever it is. I need you to tell your best friend, your group of friends, your spouse, whoever it might be. I need you to tell someone and I need you to write it down. I need you to set the date of when you're going to make your dream come true. That's exactly what I have done. To make anything amazing in my life, I didn't wait till the time is right. I didn't wait till I had enough money. I set the damn date and I did it. And this is going to be a reminder that there's always going to be resistance with everything, okay? Today, the resistance was waiting until everyone was out of my house and the laundry was not running right now to make this podcast happen. So I didn't have kids talking and yelling in the background. My dog is laying at my feet because I knew if I shut her out of this room, she'd whine. And the laundry, the washer and the dryer are currently full right now, okay? And they're going to wait until I'm done with this podcast so I can start them up so it's quiet. So you just have to take action, okay? There's going to be resistance. You guys, for real, think the last time that anything epic, absolutely amazing, super memorable moment happened in your life, did it really come with zero resistance? Take a second and think back. My guess is probably not. So this is why I'm saying it's worth it. Go for it. Expect the resistance. Embrace the resistance. The biggest thing that just happened to me, you guys, was in 2019. I went away to a conference. It was not a good timing. Financially, it wasn't the smart thing to do, but I felt this pull I needed to go. I left that conference, came home, and within 1 week, I had set the date. I had set the date to opening my very own salon. Mind you, remember, this is 2019. I set the date for September 28th of 2020 to open my very own salon. I knew at that point in my life I needed change. The people I was surrounded by at the time, they're great people, but they weren't good for me. They weren't my people anymore. And that's okay to remember. That's another lesson in life, that sometimes you can't change the people around you, but you can change the people around you. Really think and let that set in. So at that point in my life, I realized I needed to change the people around me. So I set the date and I did all the things, was getting very excited, picked out the name, did all the things with my friends. And then March of 2020, the entire world shut down, right, guys? Y'all know. So, working in a salon and imagining that you're opening your very own salon was all brought to a very big halt. And fear set in, you guys. For like 2 weeks, I was really scared that my dream was going to be shut down or paused for a very long time. I wasn't sure what was going to happen. Were the stores going to be open for me to be able to buy the things? Was I going to have enough money to buy the things to build this salon? You guys, I wasn't just opening a salon. My husband and I were creating this dream together of him getting this big garage that he always wanted and me getting the salon that I always wanted. So for about 2 weeks, I did. I got trapped in that fear. I'm not saying that you're never going to get trapped in the fear. I'm telling you that you got to pull yourself out of it. So for like 2 weeks, I was real dark. I cried a lot, buckets of tears, right? I had not good thoughts. I thought maybe this wasn't the time. Maybe God was telling me, no, don't do it now. And then it came over me. I am doing the damn things, y'all. I'm going to make this happen. I don't care. Come hell or high water, I was opening that salon on September 28th of 2020. I went through all the things, guys, all the emotions, but I had set the date. I sunk into fear for a minute, and then I overcame it, and I said, you're not going to win. You are not going to win. The devil is not going to win today. So I did. I did all the things, guys, and that's another whole story to go in because it was a long story, but it was crazy, but we did it. I opened my salon on September 28th of 2020. I will forever, ever be so grateful for everyone that made that happen. So thankful for all of my clients that have stood by me through all of this. They are amazing. I could not do this without them. I love each and every one of them. I pray that they are listening to this. It was incredible. But it circles back, guys. I had to take action over perfection. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know how the salon was going to turn out. You want things to be perfect, but I just did it. I just went after my dream, I set the date, and I made it happen. If I can do this, so can you. And that's what I did with this podcast. It came over me 2 years later to go to this conference, you guys. Again, it was bad timing for me to go to a conference, to spend money to go anywhere. My husband had just lost his job. The salon was doing great. We had just committed to sending our son to a motocross training facility for the South for 2 months. And I got an email. Well, actually, I got a text from a friend asking me if we wanted to go to this Align conference. And my immediate reaction was, I can't. I went to bed that night. I woke up the next morning with this burning sensation in my belly again of excitement. And I was all lit up. And I texted my girlfriend. I'm like, hey, I'm in. I'm doing this. You guys, let's do this. Let's get the tickets. Let's go, go, go. I did. I bought my ticket that day. There's a reason why. There was resistance, but sometimes we have to go against the resistance and do it anyways. So I did. I signed up for this conference. I bought my plane tickets. I got the hotel reservations. We did all the things. Within 24 hours, there was 5 of us committed to going. It was bad timing for each and every one of us. It was hard for each and every one of us, but we did it anyways because we knew it meant something. And those are the things, those things that are hard, those things, they're worth it. There's a reason why I had that calling to go there again. So I did this. I committed. I told my husband, I'm like, are you ready for this? I said, the last time I went to one of these conferences, I said, I came back and I changed our whole life. I rocked our world. I was like, that's it. I'm leaving my job. I'm creating my own space and we're going to do the things. So I went to this conference and I said, the last words I said before I boarded that plane, I said, you better buckle up. I said, because something amazing's coming out of here. And you guys, it did. A lot sooner than the last one. It took me a couple weeks to wrap my head around, but my life was in a different spot. My life already with opening and following my dreams, with opening my salon and following my dreams and following my heart and soul and finding peace in my life. That was the biggest thing. I had worked for the last couple years finding peace in my life. And when I found peace in my life and removed myself from toxic relationships and people. And really the biggest thing was setting some boundaries. When I set those boundaries, peace evolved. Peace really, really has come into my heart, and man, does it feel amazing. So on day 2 of this conference, I just felt myself light up. And I got back to the hotel room with the 3 other ladies that I was sharing a room with, because we were all trying to save some money, right? So we shared a room. And we're sitting there that evening, and it came over me, and I blurted out my big goal. I said, girls, I want to be a motivational speaker. I think I want to start a podcast. And I literally put my hands over my mouth like a little child, or I said something wrong. I felt the heat come up all over my body. My face got red, like of embarrassment, but of, oh my gosh, so much excitement. And these ladies, they lit up too, like, yes, girl, yes, you have to do this. And then I felt the tears start to, like, all of these emotions came over me, all this excitement, this fear, this holy crap, I just said it, it came out of my mouth. All of these women that were with me, if you know me, if I say I'm going to do something, guess what, y'all? I'm going to do it. I don't know how. I will figure it out. But if I claim I'm going to do something, I'm going to manifest it. I'm going to make it. I'm going to will it into action. And that's what I did. So that evening, I get done telling them, and I said, well, now I got to call my husband. See what he thinks of all this, right? So I call my husband. And I'm like, hey, what you doing? He's like, nothing. And I said, well, remember I warned you? I said, you better buckle up. He said, yeah. I said, well, you buckled up because it's come to me already. It's not taken me a couple weeks. It's taken me 2 days of this conference to fill my heart and surround myself with like-minded people that want to see you succeed. I said, so buckle up. And I got all choked up and I couldn't speak. And he's like, honey, what? And I said, I want to be a motivational speaker, y'all. There's the emotions again. I said it. I'm getting shaky just telling y'all right now on this podcast. And I said, I think I got to start by starting a podcast, because I don't know how else to get that content out there. I don't know what I'm doing. And he's like, I said, what do you think? He says, well, yeah, you'd be awesome at it. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, I support you 100%. Let's figure out what you got to do. So here I am, guys. Here I am. I came home from that conference. I was home for a couple days, and it came over me. I got to set a date. I have no idea anything about creating a podcast. Nothing at all. I listened to them, but not with the intention of starting my own podcast. It came over me that I got to figure out, I got to share my story. My story matters. My story matters to a lot of people. Remember, your story matters. So share it. Overcome and take action over perfection. You guys, if you do good, they're going to talk. If you do bad, they're going to talk. So just do you and let them talk. Live in your purpose. Those are some really strong words. How many dreams of you're holding back because you're scared? Live in your purpose. When you're living in your purpose, this feeling that I'm telling you, this excitement that comes over you, you will have it. God has given us each individual talents for a reason. Who are you to not live in your purpose and do the things? Do the things you want to do. God or some higher power or whatever you believe has put that little thought in your pretty little head on purpose. When you follow the road to fulfill those dreams, those little thoughts you have created a whole new energy. And let me tell you, Energy is everything, y'all. But also, everything is energy. Just think about who you surround yourself. Who is the 5 people that you surround yourself with? From a lot of the books that I've read and the speakers that I've listened to and the podcasts that I've listened to, it matters who you surround yourself with. And this is what I mean by surrounding yourself with like-minded people. Surround yourself with people that want to see you grow and bloom and do the hard things and succeed and go after it, not to stay complacent. And I'm not saying it's not okay to be complacent in your life, but it's not okay if you don't want to be complacent in your life. And if you're going to listen to my podcast, if you're ever going to be in that room or that stadium someday, listen to me dreaming big and doing the things because I want to do it, and listening to me someday, I'm telling you, you want to create the energy of amazing. I am going to push you and pull you, whatever it takes, to live out your full potential and live in your purpose, because it is amazing. Everything amazing is literally one step outside of your comfort zone. So you could be in your comfort zone, in your comfy clothes. Like I said, I'm in my laundry room right now with my amazing, ambitious sweatshirt on and some yoga pants on. But I put the makeup on. I did the things. I feel pretty. I'm comfortable and feeling pretty right now. So just remember the energy that you feel when you're around someone that wants to grow. Have you ever been around someone who's just miserable and hating their life? What kind of energy? What kind of energy are they giving off? And have you ever been surrounded by people who are like-minded that want to do more, that want to create amazing things, that want to share their story, that have that next big dream, that next big goal? That energy radiates from them also. I'm always going to choose that room of successful people that want to radiate energy, to be around other people that want to do those things. Be a go-getter. Go chase those dreams. First and foremost, take action over perfection. You will be stuck forever if you want to have everything perfected. Think about this as a visual. I just told one of my clients the other day in the salon. I said, think about a painting, a gallery. This is just a really easy visual, I think. Is you see that $35,000 painting, that $100,000 painting. Guess what, y'all? That wasn't their first painting. Their first painting might have been entered at their country fair. If you're from Pennsylvania, it's the Warren County Fair is where we're from. So just think about that. They started with some crayons, maybe some broken ones even. But they started. They took action over perfection to start painting, to start drawing. And that led them to crazy amount of success. So you guys, pull out the paper. Whatever it is, start doing whatever you want to do with your life. Life is short. We have this one vessel to live in it. I'm going to constantly be on here creating this energy because I want to move you. I want to motivate you, and I want to nourish you on this one vessel that we have to get us to our destiny, to get us to live in our divine purpose. So my last question to you is, how are you going to start living unapologetically authentic? So I encourage you to go set the date. Go set that dang date. It's crazy what will happen when you can fill in the blank, but at first you got to set the date so you know your timeline to make things happen. I'm so excited to start this podcast and to share all of my stories coming on of how I have reached where I've reached today. And the biggest thing is just set the date and action over perfection to start, okay? So have a great day. I hope that you can learn to live unapologetically authentic. Thanks so much for taking the time to listen to Unapologetically Authentic with your host, myself, Erin Reniger. Please take the time to subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. It really helps me learn and grow and get the word out there. Share, share, share. All of this motivation. I'm so excited to be here. And if you're looking for more of me and want to learn and know me a little bit better, you can always follow me on Instagram at Motivate, Move, and Nourish, and on Facebook, just as myself, Erin Reniger. Thanks so much, y'all. Have a very blessed day.